Come on, work. Hey, Nick Tuckert here with the Historical Fencing Guild. Well, folks, hello! Hi, guys. I actually got it to start. The Historical Fencing Guild is brought to you by the Simple Sword and the Fighting Axe, available through Amazon. And yes, folks, they were upright the first time on the draw. We're doing good. All my books can be found at www.amazon.com/author/Nicholas Tucker. Also, guys, my patrons have been just shouting it out. You guys are amazing. I absolutely love you. If you want to support what we're doing, $1 a month makes a huge difference, especially now. I'm going to cover some news. We're going to go over some stuff, but it's really appreciated. So let's get into it. All right. Hello, Steve. Hello, Cindy. Two of my favorite people are already here. I hope I can earn those likes. And if you are watching this later, after all, be sure to turn on the little live chat box or this will look really schizophrenic. Guys. Oh my gosh. Lot of news. Starting next week, I will no longer be an active librarian. I will be working full-time, aside from being a full-time special needs parent and homeschooler. I will also be working on my publishing, writing, and YouTubing full-time. So you can expect a new surge in content. I've got basically my backlog on reviews is huge, and it's going to be awesome. Because to those of you who don't know, I had a visit. And I'm hoping to keep this episode relatively Shoggoth-free. There were some incidents earlier, and if they show up again, I'll deal with it. If not, you know how it is. It's hard, okay? I want to shout out to Lydia. She's working her butt off to try to deal. That whole Starbucks incident is forgiven, and she's back to being Employee of the Month. But, guys, I got some great stuff. We're gonna talk shop. First off, those of you who are longtime viewers know this is one of my favorite axes. And this little guy is a Twink Timberwolf TW380. I'm near side 384. But what's better than one TW384? Two! So I will be doing a review. I'll be making some light grade trainers, possibly heavier grade trainers at least, just to see that it work. Hey, Blade Thesis, glad to see you up and about. I'm always happy. This is going to be a really good day. Because long time viewers of the channel may know this. Some of you don't. I know someone. I know a lot of people, and one of them is different, even by, oh, hi, Foxy. Thanks for the heads up. Even different by our standards. I travel in circles with vets and contractors and spooks, which is odd for a fat civilian, which I am. But I just end up in these circles. And one such is a gentleman whose name is only whispered. He's known as the Secret Chef. And the Secret Chef does secret squirrely kind of things. And every so often, when the moon is right and the stars align, the Secret Chef shows up and does a loot drop. Now, I'm hoping to get him on camera as much as he will allow at some point in the fairly near future. But he brought goodies. And I'm going to be doing, basically in the next couple weeks while the weather's nice, everybody's favorite Hobbit Swordmaster is going to be doing a whole bunch of not live, back to old school, product reviews. We'll do some testing, and if the wind allows, we might even do some throwing out in the backyard. I know a lot of people have asked for that, and I'm hoping to provide. So this is exciting, folks. Woo! That's the good stuff. But yeah, we have so much on the menu. So where do we start? Well, first off, we're going to start here with these guys. These are actually meant for throwing. And while I've used them as light EDC items, yes, I've used hatchets as EDC items. As hatchets go, these aren't bad. They're just not real beefy. And we've talked fighting tomahawks, and I do like these. And honestly, I feel like a Hobbit barbarian right here. Hobbit Ranger Barbarian, kind of dual-wielding mini-axes. Love it! So things are going to happen around these guys quite a bit. But other exciting things are down the pipe. Now, we're going to talk axes. I'm hoping to put it off so that I can put them to work on multiple items. They don't know it yet. But something really amazing came into my circles. Not mine, but you know, because of that, a little party favor finally came. Yes, folks, the SOG Fast Talk with the Molly capable quick draw sheath. Ooh, it's so good. Now, this is definitely a throwing hawk, and it is really, really fun. I will be doing a full review for you guys. But I will tell you, first off, this is a $50 hawk. This is a $25 sheath, if you can find it. You know, they say carry what you know, and this is very nice. Anyone who's recently read The Fighting Axe will be able to see just how awesome this is. What I like about this and why I'm recommending it so hard tonight. Normally, I do prefer a traditional hawk. And we'll talk about the traditional hawk, why I prefer it usually. Whoops. And then the difference, lock that in, between this. So let's pull up a traditional hawk. Now, a traditional hawk, ask your questions, folks. Foxy just said the magic word. All right, you get pun of the day. I am surprised she beat Cindy Kep to it, but I know by saying that Cindy can unleash a torrent of axe-related humor. This, guys, is my old tomahawk. I've actually taped the handle together, tightened it up so that I could do some demos and so that it would hold together long enough for me to make a nice little trainer version. This will be in the works. I'm going to do a craft day. Yes, I will explain with examples. This is a hawk, and this is a very classical hawk. I just use examples, right? This is something you could woodcraft with. You can do a lot with, replace the handle. We've discussed this at length. I love this guy. But let's talk about the modern hawk. This being the SOG Fast Hawk. And yes, I keep putting it back in the handy little holster in part. Wow, this is a sheath. But how can you... Cindy kept just... He will explain with the examples. Yes. How can you tell that an axe thrower loves his assistant? He misses her. Oh, beautiful. This is the SOG Fast Talk. Now, I love this particular model of axe for a few reasons. One, the handle is replaceable. So we'll start with the very practical truth. Oh, got my new desktop. Start a new character in GDO. I got my vaccine. Yes! Awesome thesis. I love it. I'm so excited for you guys. Now, these holes have are tied with how it retains in the sheath. I think there's some use to them. I want to research that a bit. But this has a very narrow. So it is so narrow that when I'm wearing my braces and the metal, I can still easily manipulate this. And I'm having to do weight-based tricks for safety because this is live steel. But I can make this thing go. It is heavy like it should be because while the head is, the reinforcer comes down to this point, actually a bit lower. So it really feels like it's hefty. Well, I'm sorry, Thesis. You'll probably suffer a lot of punishment as we pontificate on such word-based humor. But this is nice. It is long enough where I could actually get a two-handed swing if I needed to. So I can make this go. It's a little different than my classic trench hawk trainer, and we'll talk about that because this is a trench hawk trainer. You guys know it. I love it. This is a great thing. Never bashing it. This is a SOG Fast Hawk. We're going to talk a little. It is much more spike oriented. It's much more throw oriented. That race, not so much as fight oriented. It's also a full hand grip shorter for me. That's interesting, but affects the balance. The other key thing, and why I'm kind of happy to show this, is side by side. Let me get them. Look at the diameter and alignment. Okay, the diameter is similar, but it is narrower marginally. We get very close. It really fits a smaller hand, which means it's very compatible for those wearing tactical gloves. This is a tactical fighting tomahawk. For opening doors, doing things, and doing bad things to people. The balance is superb. I'm looking forward to taking it out to the target that was created by James Robertson that is still in my backyard and giving it a throw as a test. I really want to see how this stacks up balance-wise, and it feels like it would have a tremendous effort. Did I give you the wrong one? No, you gave Steve, you gave me a different one. This is not wrong. These are two different trainers. That is not a bad thing. This is a beautiful trainer. This is a beautiful trainer. I can't afford this. This is gorgeous. Do not bash this. I actually quite like it, and I love this this sheathing system because it's so practical. It's adjustable left or right. I'm gonna have fun with this. I have to figure out how I want to put this into some travel kit. But this is a beautiful hawk, and I certainly wouldn't give it up. So no, you can't have it. I like it. It's mine. I will do a full review, obviously later. Once I get to throw it, especially, and then this is going to go on a very special set of equipment. I want to thank you. My usual neck knife is actually hanging up because it's put up because I have the string being soaked, because you have to do that. If you wear a neck knife all the time, you have to take your string out every so often, soak it in soapy water, rinse it out, and let it hang dry, or else you can get crust. It can get nasty. Neck knife hygiene is a thing that isn't taught. So right now I'm rocking the Cool Hand carbon fiber neck knife that was given to me by Steve. I love this little knife. So yes, we're gonna go on that. The other thing I have to review. I don't know. Steve, you're here. Should I show them what else I have to review of the or should I wait till I can do the shtick we discussed? I'll wait till we do the shtick. I have some other items in here that came from a certain loot drop. These are, you're going to find them under Ibogu, Jawu, Wuja, Gal. You know those. Blades USA, basically Wakisashis. Oh. Pipe hawks are great. Pipe hawks are great. I don't like throwing them because they're a little, they can be a bit fragile depending on how they're made. By definition, they're a little. Now, hammerback hawk is a beautiful thing. Go ahead. Okay. Well, these we'll get into. I have a brace of these. I have not. Usually, when I'm doing katana style training, it's very single blade. It's very, very almost painfully traditional. The dual wield of these. Okay. So I will be reviewing these. These are light, fast. The grip it looks wrapped, that's molded, it locks in very nice. I also will have to do some drilling I haven't done in a long time to get these things to flow right, and I may have to make some kind of sheathing element, because these are just about long enough for me, short enough for me to do some fun with drawing. So I may have to make a saya for them. But yes, these are coming up, and we'll be talking about these for Nardo the Ninja. Now, another good guy, because we're getting back to the subject of axes, that we're going to talk about is this beast. I have seen this so many times, and I looked at it, and I'm not going to lie, I looked at it and went, oh, God, that looks flimsy. And in the pictures, this looks like it would be flimsy. For those of us who have barbaric streaks, this is really, really attractive. This, again, we'll compare it, because this is my base measure. The axe head is twice the width. Okay, and slightly narrower, but it is rounder, and I'm not overly fond of round grips. I will point some of the strengths of this particular grip, because I love what they did to this handle. Obviously, this guy's bread and butter. You guys, if you don't know about the Cold Steel Trench Hawk trainer, you haven't been paying attention. I don't know what to say. But this guy, let me see if I dare do this. And we're going to talk prices. We're going to talk a bunch of things. I need to get my price notes, because my brain is drawing a blank, which is why I did that in rich text format, so that Cindy Cap says, I spent 2 hours looking for my axe, and then it hit me. Whoa, wah, wah. Back when I used to do job, I made a sheath for my gin out of an old black blanket that I attached to the inside of my long coat. People never saw it coming. Well, if this were a different show, I would make a joke. Catch me later when it's appropriate. Why did that open in that program? Okay, well, we'll see if that's going to be annoying or not. But anyway, if I remember right, this guy's 20-something bucks. But what? Really? I just lost my screen. And I'm still here. Ha! Yes! We are fighting off the shoguns of technology. But, yeah, this guy actually is very weighty. This is a very stout type of trainer. Alrighty, we have price checks. And I like to see my screen so I can see what you're doing. I actually expected more hassle, so I am eternally grateful that I don't have more hassle, and there we are. Yeah, this guy runs 3066, but it's a Wujiao 23.5 polypropylene axe. This is a nice axe. One thing I really like, I lost my glasses today. Wait, there, my jerk. One thing I really like about this is the variable handle. Okay, the haft of this axe is very, very informative to the wielder. And if I get nothing out of this exchange of the handle is fascinating. Because, again, longtime viewers know I tend to mod my fighting staves with rope stops at different points to tell me where things are. This fits that. If you read the simple axe, we talk about the 3 basic lengths of how you hold an axe. Depending, you have it a high grip, which is way up here under the head, that allows you to pull it out of a loop if it's on your belt very easily, and immediately open up with something like a punch. It is not the most powerful, but it's one of the fastest goes, and it gives you a lot of direct slashing motions up close. This is short shanking. You have the middle, which gives you the most balance of control and speed, and then you have the end when you just want your reach, especially for your hooking, your thrusting. And see, this has enough of a toe. So I split that. Anyway, where you can actually get a decent blade thrust. I like to be able to pop a quick thrust with an axe. Now, they designed this wonderful serrated grip. It is a bit girthy, and it is round. I don't normally like the roundness, but there's something magical that happens right here. We're going to talk about the 2 points of why I love this. This is important. When you see a molded trainer with this double ridge and this ring, that is there for a reason. That is there so that, let me grab something that has some rope here. Something, nope, that's tangled, and it would make a big mess. Okay, we'll just hang one of the other axes off the axe, because of course we will. It's the Historical Fencing Guild. This is a tie-down point for a lanyard. So if you lock it in right there, tie it tight, you can put a lanyard on this and retain your axe. Weapon retention, especially for something that doubles for hooking, as in to catch, is vital. So I really like this. Look, axe chucks, yo. No, Lydia, no axe chucks. No axe chucks forward, no axe chucks backward. No axe chucks in the rain, no axe chucks on a train, no axe chucks in the plane, no axe chucks. Are we clear? No axe chucks. That being said, this is fun. And again, I'll do an individual review. My goal in the next few weeks is to basically take my pile of trainers and knock out formal reviews on all of them. And this will, of course, get a dedicated review so that people who are looking into it can say, hey, I like that. No, I don't. And we can link it in the Amazon purchase stuff so that folks can find out, and they find out, hey, there's a channel with the Scooby Hawaiian shirt guy who swings axes and might be a cryptid. I'm not a cryptid. But this is great. So this right here, when it's not that, locks in, and I feel it right between my middle and ring finger, and it suddenly makes it very responsive, which is something for such top-heavy weapon. Axe chucks are a pain. I will not explain. Please stop the refrain. Yo. Hints of my older nature are starting to creep out, and we don't want any of that. But yeah, guys, so this is much heavier hitting. This is going to hit like a sledgehammer. So you really need full body armor. You really need excellent calibration, or you're going to hurt somebody about quadruply so with the spike on the back. Now, I also want I am planning a whole video ranking my assorted trainers and weapons on one of the most important aspects of any weapon trainer, how good a back scratcher it is. Because if you can't really get in and get a good scratch on your back with a polypropylene weapon trainer, is it really worth having? So yeah, this is a great axe. I'm going to be a great axe now. I'm going to get into it. Yeah, it does have the happy yar piratical motif. Yeah, it's a little, there's some cheese. But boy, do these two kind of play well together? And we have something else so axe chucks are banned from the field. There was no flail weapons, Steve. No. Axe chucks. The stuff I put up with, axe chucks. Okay, we're going to put these down. We're going to pull possibly my favorite trainer. And that's not it. Not that I don't love that, but that's not what I was reaching for. Well, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Now, This might surprise somebody like Bladed Thesis. Goes back to my days of playing with my good buddy Swords Age. Stay. All right. Woo, that's good stuff. I don't actually favor the Jin necessarily in Chinese arts. It's not that I dislike them, because obviously a Jin is an agile, elegant, simple, well, not simple, it's a stylish weapon. It has a lot of flow, has a lot of parry. It matches very well with my more Tai Chi inspired body motions. But you know what works really good with the same motions, and you'd be surprised? Our good buddy, the Tao. I am a closet Tao fanboy. Now I've seen this called a Tao. I've seen this called a scimitar. When you have a more discard, I think of it more as a Tao. See, this is another one of Wu Jia's. It's got that same you get through Blades USA logo. It's oh yeah, Blades USA martial arts training broadsword, and this is often referred to as a Chinese broadsword. This is only around $20. However, it flows. I mean, this is heavy. This is about hold on. This is about twice the weight. Between 1.5 and twice the weight of this. But it flows so nice. So would I recommend this for somebody like Cindy? No. Would I recommend this for somebody like Stef? I can see Stef Mari actually having a lot of fun with one or two of these. They flow well, they move well, they integrate all sorts of concussive styles, and this guy is up a size that it can be this is essentially a bastard sword for me. The blade length, as you can see, is about optimal. Yes. Bladed Thesis, you will find the Jin works really well with the Stredzha especially, and Marzano. When you're training, when you're training with Foxy, don't be afraid though to have her look into Gigante. Gigante is one of my personal favorites because this would definitely be two-handed for her, but I think it would fit her style and attitude, and it flows well. Functionally, this is a falchion. Functionally, this is a scimitar. Only slight differences change what this weapon is. What it is an incredibly, almost cold steel grade stout trainer. But still somehow, despite its surprising weight, which I like in a trainer, I like having trainers that have some weight. I like to train with a heavier version and then spar with the lighter. But the balance on this is just so fluid. I may order myself a second one for, in honesty, next to nothing else other than I'm an old school Forgotten Realms fanboy. And it would be neat to see how these would approach double scimitar. I'm not sure. They're relatively inexpensive, and it does flow. Now you'll notice there's some this is a draw cut / yes, you can thrust, but why kind of weapon. Lots of parries, lots of dervish, and because this part would be considered usually sharpened, or at least partially, although it's not represented on here, this would be unsharpened. So you have a lot of extremely close in range. This gives you a band of attack that instead of being displaced from your body substantially like that of a rapier, which I still favor. I will always favor rapiers and small swords. And yes, I'm still in the market for the right small sword, although I do adore my Bilbao. But this, because certain staff and pole arm techniques blend into this. Believe it or not, this weapon is far more what a batleth should have been. It's elegant, it's refined, it's beastly. This is a very noble, savage kind of weapon. And that just, butters my biscuits, folks. You know I love a good, beefy, and a weapon that accepts what it is and does its job. So this is a wonderful trainer. I'm going to have fun with it. Let me see. There is one more weapon in here I have to talk about. And it's not even in the pile because it's live steel. We were talking about offhand weapons, axe family, concussive, and agricultural weapons. Now, I am a big fan of agricultural weapons. This is definitely an agricultural weapon. Upgraded, tacticalized. This, I am back, I come for you, is it's a comma. It is a tactical comma done by M48 out of United Cutlery. You still have one more? Ooh. But this is very interesting weapon. This is not one I can make it go, obviously, and I can see its appeal. It's not what I would normally lean to. Now, I do train sickle fighting, and I've discussed sickles extensively in the past, but a comma is much more like a scythe. It's much more aggressive, but it has that inward curve, a very bill hook. So your strikes, you have to be cognizant of this one's use, because while it's very practical for what it's designed, scythe and mini, absolutely. It's also one razor. This is scary sharp. I'm not comfortable testing it while I'm divided in my attention. It is very weighty and very head weighty. Okay, we have. One second, guys. Is everything okay? I hate to interrupt, guys. I may have to call this show short, as someone has just entered my home, and I don't know what's going on. So, if I can, I will try to come back later. If not, guys, thank you for your support. This may get colorful. Let's see. I don't want to lose the wrong X. See you on the other side, folks.